Hello, hello, everyone. How are you? Hello, Gretchen and Rhonda. There's Lisa, Brandon. There's Lori, Naomi, Susan, Anne, Robin. Hello, hello, everyone. I've got my crooked glasses on again tonight. Hello, how are you? We are doing springtime tonight. Spring slash Easter slash. I pulled out a bunch of stuff. So we're just going to have fun tonight. I was so excited, maybe, that someone in our last live stream brought up like springy stuff, no makeup Monday. You guys know me. Here we go. So glad that last week somebody brought up, hey, I want to see like some Easter stuff, some spring stuff. This really would work for both. So, and it's got some lovely layers. It has a bunch of mix and match stuff. So if you guys like mix and match, then this is going to be right up your alley. So we're going to have a little fun. Let's go ahead and get into it. Arizona is 83 degrees. Oh my goodness. Crooked glasses are better than no glasses. Listen, I've got a 1,000 pairs of these, like the little cheater things laying all over my house. And how I always grab these, I don't know. But, we take what we can get and we don't picture fit. So there we go. So I'm going to go down to my desk and let's go through my little mix and match little bundle I have together here today. So I have got the Lovely Layers carrots, the Lovely Layers bunny rabbit, the, what is this one called? Let me find it. Garden bouquet. So it's the little carrots. I'm going to use the sentiment from this, the Love You bunches with the little carrots. You guys see where I'm going? We have the Horizon Slimline. See how long these are? I'm using for my little garden ground here. And then our picket fence. Now, Lisa's going to tell me because of course she's going to fire me because I don't know the name to this. The little picket fence. It's a whole little cover plate situation. It is large and in charge, as you can see here. So perfect for the backdrop of our scenes. But yes, we're going to do carrots. But this would also be super cute with, let me see what else I pulled out here. I've got a whole stack here. The April showers. I was almost going like flowery direction, but the little fence and everything looks cute and the bunny rabbit too looks cute with both. So we may pull out April showers on Wednesday night. So let's see here if Lisa's telling me. Love that picket fence. Yes, love the picket fence. Okay, so carrots. Let's talk about carrots first. And I've got them on my little grip mat here so we can do some ink blending while we just chat along, we craft away. You guys know that I love to mix and match. So I've got good old, my very favorite Rustic Wilderness, and I'm going to start out with this like underside layer of the carrots. We're going to add a good dose of Rustic Wilderness, and I don't need to go all the way down because the base of those carrots is going to be covered up with the top layer. So I'm mainly going to focus on just the green portions here. Now I've got this grand scheme, this idea kind of rumbling around in my brain, and we're going to see if we can get it to work tonight. But my idea is to kind of make these carrots look like they are planted in the ground, because they're kind of little tops poke up. And like this little bunny rabbit, I don't know what we should name him or her. What's the little bunny rabbit's name that goes into Mr. McGregor's garden and kind of gets in trouble? That's kind of my idea. Like he's in the garden. He's been like nibbling off. See how this one's kind of nibbled off the top of that little carrot. Okay, got my toppers done. So let's grab an orange brush. And this time I'm going to go with Crackling Campfire. So let's see here. Did Lisa Betsy? I finally bought the Rustic Wilderness. Yes. Since keep telling me, yes, you have to have it. I need it. It's like the best green. Okay. Crackling Campfire. So let me think of how I want to do this. I want these little toppers, right, or the tops of the carrots to kind of show up out of my dirt. Rainbow carrots, that would be cute with like the little yellow and the purple. Um, I don't know that I want to go. I'm going to start down here. Yep, because that's super dark. So I'm going to start down here and I'm going to kind of work my way so that really rich orange kind of like fades out. I want it covered, but I want it how I want it. Does that make sense? So I'm going to add, a little bit of darker right there around the top, all the way up, kind of flicking on dark there. And then I'm liking how we're looking here. So I'm going to go with that plan. Go with the Kelly plan and kind of work my way around the edges and make the edges, a little darker than the center portion. And then just kind of do just a little flick on of that color here. So, all right, let's do our last one. And mainly, the bottoms are going to kind of get trimmed off. They're going to kind of take one for the team here on our little carrot garden situation. But I want to get the shading, kind of darker around the edges. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking how we're looking there. Okay, so we've got it all shaded in. Now I'm just going to add on our little toppers here. Super easy to put together. And let's see here. This long guy is going to go right here. And these are cute. These carrots, if you've got like the rattan basket, adorable in the rattan basket, a big pile of carrots. Let's see here. What else would be cute? The little vintage picnic basket would be cute, like to make a little plaid, little garden basket situation. Look how cute that is. And see how that rustic wilderness, like you get it really nice and deep and green here, but it fades out to that really nice, like almost like a mowed lawn, twisted citron color at the top. I just love rustic wilderness. It's my favorite green, if you guys already, didn't know that. Okay, let's add this little long one here, long little skinny guy. And I'll pick it up and we'll kind of get everything puzzle piece together here and add it on. Just like so. But if I kind of stack them here, you can see how cute they are, like a little bundle. And let's get this guy. I like his squiggly little root. And we'll get that one layered on. And then we're going to start working on our bunny rabbit that's in trouble in the garden. And we've got that guy all finished. So you can see how cute those are and whoever mentioned rainbow carrots or the fancy carrots, that would be adorable. All right, so let's move these little guys aside and let's get busy on this guy. So I've got all the layers laid out here and I am going to do some pretty basic coloring with gathered twigs. So I'm going to take my brush here for gathered twigs and let's see here how I want this little guy to go. So I'm not going to add a whole bunch of color up here on his ears. So let me tilt this in the light so you can see it if I can get it right. It's going to be hard to see until I color it. The embossing right in here with any of our lovely layers, anywhere that you see like the embossing on even the under layers, that is going to show in the finished product, the finished whatever it is, right? And so I'm going to be really careful. I don't want his ears super dark. No, I don't mind this layer. I don't mind him being super dark because those are going to be like these, like the little curled around little furry parts. of his ears. We're going to get his little bum right here, his tail. And then let's see here how I want to do this. I'm going to go and I'm going to start. It's going to be a little awkward for a second, but I'm going to start right on the insides of his ears and pull on the gathered twigs. And then barely just kiss the bristles of the brush to that paper and drag it out. And then we're going to add some other color. Now, not a whole lot more of him is going to show. Now, his little bum right there, that is going to show. And I'm going to start way off over here and kind of drag that color on. You can see the difference in color we get between this really, really deep dark right in there. His little bum. And then we're going to keep working our way down these layers here. So let's see, this is our top layer. This is going to be underneath. So I'm going to load up my brush again, start off and start dragging on that color in these parts that I know that are going to show because they have those nice debossed, embossed detail, however you want to say that. Let's get his little piggies just in case those are going to show here. That one, let's get these little piggies in case they're going to show. I don't think they are. I am going to do just a little bit, and I'll show you here in just a second. This is not going to show, but I'm going to show you why the method to my madness here in just a second. I'm just going to give that an all over, just a little shading with my brush. Okay, now this layer is going to show a lot because it is his outermost layer, that his little front legs. There's a lot of embossing. See all the fur that's in his little chest right there? So I'm going to make his little feet darker. So I'm going to go and start the pigment there. And then I'm going to work my way kind of up and around the sides because I want them a little deeper and darker. We have a little shadowing. I'm going to flip this all the way around just because it's easier for me to kind of get in here and go and get most of that pigment right up there on his little side. And then the rest of him, I'm just going to give kind of some shading to. Right up on the side. Flip him around again. A little bit darker right up on the side. Maybe some darker little feet that are going to match the insides of his ears. And then I'm just going to give him his little face. Just shading. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Now, his little face. This is his little face. And I'm going to kind of do it like we have here. So I'm going to go all over the edges because I want his little face to be a little bit darker right around the edges. So I'm really tilting that brush around. I'm going to spin. So if you ever try, and I highly recommend these little grip mat things, if you ever try one, I recommend do not to take the acetate. Do you see how I've kept the acetate backer on it? I had to learn this lesson the hard way. Don't take it off because it allows you to spin your die cuts around like I'm doing and kind of work like that. I don't know if you guys are like me and kind of have to move things around to get them to, all right, to get your angles, just right with your brushes and your pencils and things like that. Now I'm barely going to kiss his little nose here with my bristles and get a little more shading, but it allows me to kind of spin my work around to get it just the way that I want it, like so. It just makes it easier for me. And then I can kind of pick it up and move it aside and not have to worry about the grip mat sticking to my desk or anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to start putting this little guy together. Let's give this little guy he needs a little shading too, because the rest of his little buddies got shaded. Okay, so I'm going to start here with our base layer, and I'm going to add just some dot, dot, dot. Come on, little glue. Just some dot, dot, dots. And then I know his little ears are going to come up right here. And I'm going to add, let's add his little body first. Then we can go in with the little details. So we'll just start adding these layers. And he's really easy to kind of puzzle piece together. So you can match up the cheeks, match up his little feet and his little bum and his ears. And we're going to make sure everything is pressed down nicely, and you can kind of see where we're going here. Let me make sure his little dark little curls on his ears are going to stick down. Just like so. And then this layer right here is next. So I'm going to add my dot, dot, dot. And you can kind of know on any of your lovely layers, flowers or critters or anything like that, where to add your glue. Because if it's flat, more than likely, it's not going to be shown. So all this part right here is not even going to be shown because it doesn't have any of those pretty details on it. All right, and then we've got this layer, so I can add some dots of adhesive and then add this down. And then let's match him all up, and he's looking awfully cute. Just like that. Very cute. Okay, now I'm going to do something a little bit crazy here. Maybe. It may turn out crazy. So you can see his little eyes and his little parts are right up here. So instead of adding his eyeballs in like that, I'm going to use my gel pen. And I'm going to start it. I've got just a piece of scrap paper here. So I'm going to start my gel pen, and this is what I'm going to do. And this may be, I may be crazy for this, but you know. All right, so I'm going to get his head placed, and I'm going to make a little dot, and then I'm going to pick up his face gently, and then I'm going to smear around this little dot underneath here. And he's going to look like he's a Halloween rabbit for a minute, but I promise there's a method to Kelly's madness. But he's going to look like he's a little ghost rabbit or he's something, okay? Never fear. He's going to be cute. Now I'm going to take R30, and we're going to do some little details with R30. This is just a very light pink, so I'm going to go in and we're going to give him a little bit of pink to the insides of his little ears. While that black, his little Halloween eyes are drying. His little ears. Let's just do it just like that, right? Go right up in there. Let's bring it down right in there. Oh, he's cute. All right. So I'm going to lay him over here, and we're going to let his little ghosty, ghouly eyes dry. Okay. While we work on his little face, we're going to give him some pink, cute little cheekies. Just like so. We're going to give him a cute pink little bunny nose. And then I'm also going to take the gel pen, kind of rub it off. And I'm very carefully, we're just going to give him just a little something right here. Following those lines that are pressed into the paper. Just a little something around his nose. And see his little face coming to life? And then let's take my Uniball white. Start it off. Let's give him some little character here on his little face. Now let me hold him up so you can see the little character on his face. So cute. Okay, now, while we're doing everything else, we're going to let Mr. Bunny Mr. Oh my gosh, what is that rabbit's name? That's going to drive me crazy. The little rabbit, Peter Rabbit. We're going to let him dry. Okay, so we've got our picket fence here, right? Our big old picket fence. I've got just some baby blue cardstock that's going to go down over just my white card base. All right. And I think, with this being Mr. McGregor's garden, let's do a little bit of, I'm going to take my dirty mat, and we're going to give this fence a little bit of age. Just a little bit. This is my dirty gathered twigs brush. We're just going to dirty this white picket fence, make it look like a little farm garden fence. There's no rhyme or reason, okay? We're just aging it. We're distressing it a little bit. Now, there are the two little cross posts. I'm going to do the same thing to them. My dirty brush. Some places are going to be darker. Some places are going to be lighter. But that's what a farmhouse garden fence looks like. I'm hitting the edges with my brush. There we go. And there we go. All right, so glue. Easy peasy. So we're going to go boop, boop, boop. Just like so. And then we can lay down that little crossbar. And then we can set this one. This is really cute if you do it as a brown, like wooden fence as well. So, you could cut it out of brown cardstock. You could ink blend it. You could use craft cardstock, whatever floats your crafty boat. But now we've got like this weathered, dirty kind of fence going on here. All right. And now we have our sky, what we're going to call our sky or our background, okay? So I think I'm going to butt my fence almost all the way up at the top. And you can see my blue background is cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This nice picket fence is very substantial for the backgrounds on your cards. So because I'm going to do my little garden kind of scene right down here, I'm pretty much going to adhere my picket fence up towards almost the very top of our paper. I don't mind that I have a little bit down here because that's what we're going to do our little dirt for our garden. So I'm just going to add a few lines of adhesive back here. And then I can kind of just plop this down, and I'm going to pick it up kind of right in front of my eyeballs here. Just kind of shimmy it around to make sure that our little fence is pretty straight, pretty good to go. Now, what I've done, my crazy brain here, my crazy crafty brain, is I have cut 2 little strips of craft cardstock. We're going to pretend like this is our dirt, okay? And I have cut those with that Horizon Slimline die set. So these little hillsides right here, you could use your scissors or you could just cut them straight across, whatever floats your crafty boat. I am going to do a little bit, I may need to get some more of gathered twigs. We're just going to go right along the top of our little hillside here and kind of make it look a little more dirty, a little more like soil here and there, like so. And then this little guy is going to go kind of right down in this area. Okay. And then we have, oops, I dropped it. Then we have our short little piece. This is going to be our little like top piece. And I'm going to do the same thing to it. We want all of our pieces kind of look like soil, match. Some a little bit dirtier than others. My bristles right up against that hillside. Okay, so before I glue anything else down, this is what I want to do, is I want to set or plant, we're going to plant our carrots here. So I know that I want this little guy that looks like he's been gnawed on a little bit, is I want him kind of over here where my bunny rabbit, Peter, where he's going to sit. And then I think I'm going to do like this guy is going to kind of be growing up out of here. And then we've got our tall, skinny guy like so. So we're going to do something to that effect. So I'm going to add a little adhesive like right across here. And then I'm going to glue it down there-ish. Let's see here. I've made all kinds of bunnies. Adorable. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to add a little adhesive. I almost hate to cut these little guys off, but you know, whatever we have to do for our crafty cards is whatever we have to do, right? We just got to make it. We just got to make it work. Okay, and then we've got this guy. He is really growing up. The bunny hasn't gotten to it yet. Okay, and then we'll get this little skinny guy. He's going to go right over here. Let's put him almost like right there in our little row of carrots that we've gotten grown. And see, this is the situation we've got now. Okay, so I'm actually going to take my scissors and they're going to get a little carrot haircut here. So I'm going to do, do I want to do this little guy first? Let's see here. I think I'm going to go like so. And this is where my crafty brain is having to work. Do you see now we're planting them here? We're planting them in our little garden rows. And no, I'm going to cut these first just because I don't want it to be too thick if I have to trim the others. So I'm going to trim this little guy. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so we've got our little carrots poking up, and I need to decide. It would even be funny, like if you did like this number and had him holding like a little carrot. And now I need to decide, do I want this all the way? This is cute like that. Right down in here. So you guys are kind of seeing the method to my madness here, where I wanted them to be planted in our little rows. I think that's going to be adorable. Okay, so I'm going to continue on here. So I'm going to add some adhesive. And we're going to pop this down. Kind of like so. Out right there like that. And I'm going to hold this down and I'm going to let it set up. Oh, the sound effects. Sorry, Susie. That is such a bad habit. I've actually had people email me and tell me not to do my sound effects. So I apologize for that. It's just, y'all are getting a la naturel. You're getting Kelly here. Okay, so I'm actually going to take my paper trimmer very carefully and match up my little dirt piles to the edges. You can't see it. I apologize, but I've got it matched up like with the blade right there. And I'm going to very carefully give it a chop. There we go. All right, now, this is what we have. I think that for those just being strips or scraps of cardstock that I cut, that is adorable with those little carrots, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to add this down to our little garden. All right. And then we can add this right to the base of our little garden fence. And I'm going to make sure that everything is slid down nicely. So we're all lined up down there. And this is what we have. Now you're seeing here where those April flowers, like all these little blossoms and there's the little bird and thing, would be so cute, where you could plant a little garden, have a bunny or have the little bird, or really you could just go bananas here with all the cute little springy things. Okay, and so now I can take this whole front garden and let's add that right onto our card base. And I can just kind of plop it down. And we can make sure everything's lined up here. This is so cute. And you could put a ton of carrots. Like if you wanted to go bananas or go wild with the carrots, you could put tons of little carrots all the way across. But I'm going to leave room for my little bunny friend here. Okay, now let's see here. Yeah, he's pretty dry. Okay, so now I'm going to add his little face. And let's see here. Let me find my tweezers here. And let's see if the method to the madness, it may not have worked. We got to add more black. Hold on. This is going to get even creepier before it gets any better. Boop, boop, boop. Poor little guy. Okay, hold for crafty looking here. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to go all the way here. Okay, now hold for drying time. All right, so while we're doing that, the sentiment. The sentiment comes from this adorable little stamp set. So super cute little carrot bouquet. I'm using the Love You bunches, but there's a Happy Easter in here. Thanks a bunch. Let's see. Sending you big hugs. Happiness is springtime blooms. I mean, really, any of these would be adorable. To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow from Audrey Hepburn. You could really have anything, but I like this little Love You bunches, and I think it's going to be cute with our little bunch of carrots that we have here. And normally, if I do like little Easter cards, I'm sending them to like my little nieces or my own kiddos or, friends from church or whatever. So I think this little Love You bunches is just going to be fitting. And on the inside, I could always stamp like Happy Easter on the inside if I want to do that. Let's see here. And I think I'm going to add that. Let's do a little, oh yeah, okay. So let's get this, and I'm just going to kind of pop it right there. Let's make sure this little guy is all That little love you bunches is all straight. Now we got to do something about our little phantom bunny here. Oh, boo-boo, sorry. Gosh. See, I don't even know that I'm doing it, Brandon. I get so excited. Now let's see if his little phantom eyes. I think we're good enough here. We're gonna call it good enough. Okay. So let's do this, and let's now pray that his little eyeballs. Yep. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now I gotta get his little cheeks lined up. All right, so now we've got those. But you're saying, Kelly, like that looks horrible because he just has phantom eyes. Well, no, we got to add more details because you know how Kelly rolls here. We're going to make things. Okay, and I'm just going to add. Oh, sorry. His little whites of his eyes. And then now, oh, gosh, he's cute. Okay. Here we go. Now we just got to put this little guy on here. I don't know how you do crafts without sound effects. Like, I don't know that I can do it. And I don't even realize it. Okay, now let's add this. He looks like he has been scolded just a little bit for eating in the garden. I'm going to pop him like right there. I put a couple little adhesive foam dots behind him so he's popped up, but look at him. See, he's been nibbling. Love you bunches. I like it. I think it turned out precious. I'm super excited with how that turned out. He is a cutie patootie little Peter Rabbit there. All right, let's see here. Now, let's see. Isn't he cute? I'm a Hummer. Okay. Yeah, he's been eating a lot of the carrots. He may be a little chunky, but we don't judge. We don't judge him for that. That's okay. Let's see here. I blended his fur. Yes. I love how the top of the carrot is missing. I know, and it's just like that. But I think too, like I almost thought you could cut like the top of this guy off and almost have it like in his mouth or like in between his little paws. So it looks like he's chewed it off of here and he got caught with it in his, in his little mouth or his little paws. But, alas, I have to stop somewhere. I went a little overboard with his little eyes and all of his little stuff today, but I think it turned out adorable. And I love how my little planted carrots turned out in the little garden here. I think it's cute. All right, Lisa is giving us our winner here. Our winner is Nikki Heckin Lively. Nikki Heckin Lively. I hope that I said your name correctly. Congratulations to Miss Nikki. Let's see, where did the carrots come from? They are from our Lovely Layers carrots. This is our Lovely Layers carrots, Lovely Layers rabbit, our farm fence, maybe. I'm not for sure. Lisa was going to give me that. And if she did, I missed it. I apologize. Congratulations to Nikki. Now, Nikki, to claim your prize, if you will email me right here, customercare@honeybeestamps.com, I am going to send you a gift card just for coming and hanging out with us and commenting. Barnwood Fence. Okay, I was close. Barnwood Fence is what that one is called. So thank you all for joining me for this super fun. I had so much fun, if you could not tell tonight, getting in the springy mode, Easter mode. And I hope you'll join me on Wednesday. Until then, see you next time. Bye-bye.